segment is sponsored by Davis & Green Electrical.
How you doing? Davis & Green Electrical is committed to community efforts such as the Hospital Hospitality House, which provides lodging and support to patients and their families during the recovery process. Their upcoming Fancy Hat Party fundraiser will feature Inside Edition anchor Deborah Norville, Greg Green, and Stacy Brinkley join us this morning. This is not my hat, obviously.
But it looks great.
That's very fancy. All right. You've been doing the Fancy Hat Party for a long time, and you've come a long ways. You got Deborah Norville this year. You know who was the first person to do it?
Who?
That would be me.
Oh,
well, you guys have come a long
ways.
You've come a long ways, that's for sure. This is so exciting, and the hospitality house is kind of going through a rejuvenation itself, isn't it?
It is. This is last year was our 30th year. We've been serving guests and their families, obviously, for 30 years, 20 years in our current location at the corner of 7th and Marshall. So I like to say we've been well loved for 20 years in this location. So we are undergoing a renovation, new paint, new carpet, new dining room, working on all the guest rooms one at a time, just to give a refresh and an update.
Well, I mean, you've been there for a while, and obviously, we redecorate our houses every once in a while. This is a very well-used facility.
It is, and we like to make it as comfortable as we can. To our new tagline, which will be coming up, is between healing and home. We are obviously not the ones healing our guests, and we are not their home, but we are trying to provide comfort while they are here in Richmond receiving specialized medical treatment. So we like to have the surroundings as comfortable and warm as possible.
And I want to kind of touch on this a little bit. This is the concept. I think is fairly well known. These are where families can come and stay whilst they have a loved one in the hospital, and you try to make it feel like home. How many families can you accommodate at a time?
We have 112 guest rooms. We serve over 7,000 guests per year, and they come from all over, all 50 states, many different foreign countries. So we have anywhere from probably 80% occupancy at any one time. So folks that they might be the patient themselves receiving treatment or their families while their loved one is in the hospital.
Let's talk a little bit about Greg and Davis & Green. I imagine if they need some electrical upgrading, somebody that can help.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're just so proud to be a part of the Hospital Hospitality House, and such a cool place. I think one of the things the Hospital Hospitality House is known for is being Richmond's best kept secret. And we don't want it to be the best kept secret.
That's right.
We want people to know what a great place this is, and the great things that they're doing there. So
let's talk about the Fancy Hat Party, because it is kind of a neat thing. When we first started this years ago, I went to it, and I was like, all these ladies wore these wonderful looking hats, and as a guy, I was like, this is kind of cool y'all are doing this.
Right, absolutely. Actually, it started initially where folks would bring hats and donate them to our hat room. So we have a room on the 7th floor at the Hospitality House, which has soft hats for some of our cancer patients. So if they need a hat, they can go up and select one or two. But it evolved over time to be really more people wear their fancy hats. We still take hat donations, but to make it a more fun event and wear their fancy hats. There's a hat contest. So again, we give prizes for the individual most creative tables. Tables will get together and come up with a cool theme. We have a best in show prize.
It does get a little elaborate.
It does get very elaborate, very elaborate. This was my hat from last year, very elaborate.
Yeah.
And so I have to cook up a new one for this year.
Well, it is a lot of fun. And how can we get tickets to the event?
Absolutely.
And when is the event?
The event is April 30th at the newly renovated Altria Theater at 11:30. Tickets, the invitations are being mailed this.
It's a luncheon.
It's a luncheon. They're being mailed this week, or you can go to our website, hhhrichmond.org, and buy your tickets online.
And it's a great excuse to go out and get a beautiful new hat.
A beautiful new hat, yes. The ticket price includes the price of parking this year, since we are downtown, and you get a complimentary cocktail when you come in.
From yours truly to Deborah Norville.
Yes, absolutely. We're very excited.
For more information about the Hospital Hospitality House and the Fancy Hat Party, go to hhhrichmond.org. That was pretty easy. And learn more about Davis and Green. You can go online there to dgelectrical.com or call them at 231-9684. We thank them for their help of bringing us these special guests.